Hello people, in this video let's look at the topic of fear and befriending fear. So as you know, I'm into acrobatics, parkour, skateboarding, many different physical arts where chaos is a part of that, and when there is chaos there is also a risk of injury and definitely a risk of being afraid. So today let's, in this video, look at a couple of ways how you can befriend fear, how you can find more trust in yourself and ultimately be able to go for the things that you want to do. But people, for this video, I'm not alone. I'm here with my friend Louis. What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah. So people, this is Louis. Maybe you want to quickly introduce yourself, what you're doing?
I'm mostly doing coaching on fear. I've got a background in parkour and cliff jumping, and I've developed a lot of techniques and tools to kind of navigate fear. Yeah, and now exploring, sharing these tools with other people and seeing what ways that I can help people build a better relationship with fear so that they can live the life that they want to live.
Cool.
It's fun.
Why should we even bother? Why should we even go into like scary situations? Why should we go into the uncomfortable?
That's a good question. I think I saw a post recently that kind of really captures it. And it's saying like, you've always got two options to take, like the easy route or the hard route. Like there's a price you pay for not doing exercise, there's a price you pay for choosing comfort over courage. A lot of times we kind of seek safety and security in our lives, just naturally, like as a human response. But what that does is kind of like it wraps us in bubble wrap, and it stops us from building the capacity to deal with these situations. So I think when you go out of your comfort zone, you expand your comfort zone.
Let's directly jump into something more physical and put all of this into context for you to try. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. The first practical task of this video is height exposure, basically using height as a means to detect fear inside of your body, what it feels like, so we can deal better with it later on.
Okay, so here we're just approaching the wall. When you're doing anything like this, like with height exposure, it's nice to ease your way onto it. You might find that your heart rate is increasing. You might be getting sweaty hands, so it's nice to kind of just ease into it, really feel into your body, notice how you feel, and then just kind of take your time. Focusing on your breath really helps to center you. If your heart rate is really racing, then taking some deep breaths just to lower your arousal rate. Or if you feel like you need a little bit more arousal, taking some short, quick breaths like really helps. If you feel like at any point you get quite overwhelmed, you might feel like freezing and like slowly the movement stops. So what you want to do is get into a nice comfortable position, try and find some stability, and then just take a little bit of time to kind of center yourself. What really helps is just to kind of invite some movement back in, just kind of shake anything that you kind of feel comfortable doing, and then that will kind of put you back on track to moving and to doing what you want to do. And then you'll find as you get more comfortable, you can relax a little bit. You can play with different ways of saving yourself. So kind of playing with the thing that you're scared of happening, try and rehearse that in a controlled way. And you can practice doing some falls, you can practice catching yourself. And then just having that practice will make it a little bit easier for yourself when the risk is a little bit higher, because you know that you can save yourself a little bit more.
Alrighty people, so that was a super nice tool. I think a cool thing to understand is that this tool you can apply in many different scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Find a nice little roof in your neighborhood, a nice little tree that you would want to climb, and maybe follow the same approach of approaching, noticing what is going on in your body. If you notice any signs of fear, breathing through them. What do you think?
Yeah, just getting the optimal level of arousal. Like if you need to work yourself up, breathe a little bit faster. If you need to calm down, deep breaths.
Now let's move on to something a little bit more different. On the floor, but still quite scary for some people, which is the handstand and the fear of being upside down. It's understandable. It's a position that we are usually not supposed to unless we're practicing handstands and acrobatics. So for this one, make sure there is no furniture around, so you're completely free in case you would need to twist out, you don't hit yourself on anything. The only thing that Louis will try to focus on right now is really pushing tall. And I will simply be his wall basically, so he can swing up and I will hold him. First one leg, then the other leg. And at first, just making sure that you are in this handstand position, pushing tall. The eyes of Louis look down towards the floor. Now from here, if you feel comfortable and always communicate, I will slowly start to lean Louis a little bit more towards the backside. Of course, he needs to communicate if anything is too much, any great uncomfortableness. And if he feels comfortable, I can go just a little bit further and he can hang out in this position. I can already try to kind of move the legs a little bit, so he can find trust and build trust in this very uncomfortable novel situation. Yeah, from this we can move forwards a little bit. So this time I will only hold on to one leg. So only one leg, very slowly I will do it so the other one simply doesn't collapse backwards. Louis tries to engage this just a little bit. I will find my arched position, and from here Louis can start to explore with the free leg the space around him. Really twisting a little bit, arching. And already if he feels comfortable, he can also try with his upper body, his arms, to find twisting motions and see what is possible and see what freedoms you have in this very seemingly restricted position, right? The final step for this basic task is Louis will swing up, I will hold him. He will once again find freedom and search the space with the free leg. Even so far that he tries to go towards the floor, I help him twist a little bit. So kind of a partner-assisted fall from a handstand. Right from this we can directly move forward. So Louis will swing up. I won't directly catch him, but he will fall a little bit towards my direction. Maybe I catch him just slightly, but your aim is now to really twist out as late as possible. Nice. Alrighty, so for this variation, both of us will be playing. Louis will swing up. As soon as he reached a position on top, I will manipulate his hips a little bit, his legs a little bit, and he will need to see how he can deal with the novel situation. And then we go, I go, you go, and maybe find some very cool variations. Something truly great about this exercise is that not only you overcome or learn to overcome this fear of falling, but you also in the process hopefully discover interesting shapes. Something that can be quite useful for the acrobatics practice. So if you're into that, then this game can definitely give you a lot of variation. And speaking of that, this game is also very fun. When we experience joy, something that is usually very scary all of a sudden becomes less scary. So let's follow joy. Cool. So we just had a very nice discussion off camera, so we thought of including you. Basically, I was referring to my skateboarding experience in my youth when I wanted to do a trick and I couldn't even imagine myself doing this trick. And I just mentioned to Louis how weird and amazing this is that I couldn't imagine doing this. And what you replied then was also quite interesting.
I mean, yeah, I was kind of like relating from my experience with parkour, and I kind of found that, yeah, like if you can't imagine it, there's no way that you can actually do it. It's such an invaluable skill, and you see it with like pro athletes and probably other people as well, that they work on visualization.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one of the tools that we use, and like if you can visualize yourself, if you can imagine yourself doing something, then it makes it so much easier.
And then coming back to physical practice, once again, it's such a nice learning ground because you can really practice this. And if you're in a challenging situation, be it an acrobatic, skateboarding, parkour, wherever it is, and you basically have to decide whether you do it or not, and you don't see it, then probably it's not a good idea to go for it. Maybe if you're in a situation like this, working with regressions, like also what we showed now in this video, is a great way to still do a variation of it, which is a little bit easier, a little bit softer on the mind as well.
All those things, like when you're doing regressions, like you're kind of building evidence, right? So you're like, oh, I can do this, so I can do this. And it helps you visualize it, the next thing more.
Lovely. This clip here was taken just one day before recording this video here, and it's very interesting. Basically, Louis found a very nice challenge high up, about 7-8 meters in the trees, swinging from one branch to the other. And the interesting thing here is that there is no way to prepare, there is no way to find regressions. So sometimes in life or in practice, we simply need to go for it. We need to find the trust in ourselves, the confidence, and exactly know our abilities and how far we can go. And right here, there was a beautiful example by Louis himself.
Cool, so now what we're going to be doing is a little exercise to bridge the gap between the practical, physical exposure to fear and the other areas in which fear might turn up, so like maybe interpersonal. So what we're going to be doing is a guided meditation. If you've got time and you're ready, let's go. If not, you can skip to the next timestamp. So we're going to start off just in a nice, comfortable position. You could be standing, you could be sitting, as long as you're nice and comfortable and your back is erect. And you're going to start off closing your eyes and just centering yourself, taking a nice breath, and just really becoming aware of your body, any physical sensations, maybe the ground, maybe the wind or any sounds passing by, maybe an airplane, and just really center yourself. And once you've settled in, what we're going to do is we're going to bring to mind a situation that inspires fear in you. Okay, anything that you find scary. And we're just going to imagine and walk through that situation and imagine that the worst case scenario happens. Just notice how you're feeling as you imagine that. How does that turn up in your body? Do you feel your heart rate increasing? Maybe a constriction in your throat or in your belly? And we're just going to let go of the narrative of the story we're telling ourselves, and we're just going to focus on the sensations. And we're just gonna try now to let go, just to accept this feeling, welcome it, and just be with it, and just let go. And notice how you feel now. And then we're going to bring to mind the experience again. Scary experience, but this time we're going to imagine it's going well. And we're going to imagine that the thing that might hurt us or harm us, or the thing that we're scared of, doesn't happen. And we're going to try and visualize yourself in that scenario and what you can do to make it go well. And just notice how that feels now in your body. And we're just being mindful of the way that we visualize and experience and how it affects our physical body. And then again, we're going to bring your attention back to the body. Focus on the breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and just notice how you're feeling now.
Okay people, so that's it for this video. We really hope you enjoyed all of the things that we shared. Obviously, if you want to keep learning, there is plenty of ways to do it. The videos on this YouTube channel will keep coming. There will be more collaborations. If you are interested in a certain topic, simply let us know in the comments. And then also, of course, if you want to follow Louis' work, there's a lot of things that he's doing. From me, you already know the workshops and the online programs. Both of our work you will find linked in the description of this video. For my online programs, as always with the YouTube videos, use the code YouTube10 for 10% discount. And yeah, to finish this video, we will show a couple of clips of Louis' workshop that has been part of my intensive that happened now in Barcelona. So enjoy the insights and let us know how you like this video, and see you soon, hopefully on the other side of the screen, hey?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cheers.
Cool.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, buddy. We're now doing the first challenge where people are doing a blind walk at height. Very nice. Yeah, you bro.
Yeah man, nice hanging out. Yeah. Fun?
So good, man. So scary.